زحزوح أمين، هل يبوح بهدف أول بكرة تهدي هدف أول لفريق الجيش الملكي؟ تسديدة قوية، هو ارتمل، كان حاضر من خلال هذا الكرة. كرة من جديد تعود في وسط الميدان، أمين زحزوح يراوغ، يبحث عن اليسرى المفضلة، اليسرى المفضلة، اليسرى المفضلة.
Yes, hello and welcome to Sports Update on Trust TV. I am Emmanuel Fashimi. We'll be looking at some stories on the show this evening, and it's been a good news for the Paralympics team right there in France, Paris, the Paralympics 2024 games that is ongoing. I've had some good news coming in from that camp, and you're sure to get updates as events progress. Officially, that game was officially opened yesterday in the opening ceremony, and we took that story on our morning show where we saw Nigerian colorful attire displaying our culture, and we wish the Paralympians very well. And this evening as we speak, the UEFA Champions League draw is ongoing. It's a new format, a new season in the UEFA Champions League, a different format from what we have been witnessing for quite some time this time around, and we are going to be having 36 teams. It's going to be played in a league format, so it's going to be a whole lot of competition, and as you're playing, as you're progressing, more money to you. 2.5 billion euros will be spent in this season UEFA Champions League. We brought the breakdown of that on yesterday's show. You saw how the breakdown, how the money will be spent. So in every stage, as you progress, you get more money, and every team that is competing, at least we get money. Whether you win or you don't win, you are sure to get something at the end of the day. That's just the beauty of the UEFA Champions League. And as we speak, like I said, the draws is ongoing, and recognition has been given to two greats when it comes to football in Europe. CR7, Cristiano Ronaldo receiving that recognition award. He's the highest goal scorer, 140 goals, and also Gianluigi Buffon has been given an award as the longest serving goalkeeper in Europe. He started with Panama and he just retired last year with the same team where he started his boyhood club. So a whole lot is ongoing as the draws unfold. Before the end of the show, we'll be looking at that, and we'll be opening the phone lines this evening. What's your take about the new UEFA Champions League format? Are you liking it? It's going to be more matches this time around. Then we used to have group stages, and you play almost 6 games in the group stages, but this time around you are going to play more games, 36 teams for the first time in the history of UEFA Champions League. But we'll be looking at some stories that are making the rounds at home. They say charity begins at home, and we'll look at this. Siasia. We all know Siasia have been serving the UEFA Champions League, has been serving a FIFA ban, 5 years ban, and just a weekend ago, that ban elapsed, and it's a good news. Just days ago, he confirmed that yes, an interest coming in from Mighty Jets of Jos. If we all know, Mighty Jets is one of the oldest football club in Nigeria. That's the Mighty Jets of Jos. That is in Plateau State. Now they've confirmed, yes, Siasia has confirmed interest from this particular team, football club in the country. So let's see if Siasia will take up this job for Mighty Jets of Jos, and probably begin his career. We don't know for Siasia. He just need to start somewhere. 5 years is not a fluke. 5 years out of the game, but out from the scene, not out totally. During the interview after that ban elapsed, he said yes, he has been updating himself. He has also been doing some programs concerning football. He has been updating his CV, and now it is the right time to showcase what he has learned during the space of 5 years when he was not fully active. Despite not fully active, like I said, he was active behind the scenes. I know some scouting programs, some programs he used to organize, and then fronting it right there at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium. We are happy that Siasia is back and up and running. So we expect your call. We'll be taking your calls concerning the UEFA Champions League. The number will be popped up on the screen. Just call that number and you get to us. The thing is, we are looking at UEFA Champions League draw. Is a new format. It's a new system entirely. 36 teams. What is your take? Are you liking it? Like I said, more matches are to be played, and it's going to be it's going to be an intense competition among all of the teams. We have pot 1, 2, 3, and 4. The likes of Arsenal and co falls in pot 1. Manchester City, Real Madrid, all of them are in pot 1. Pot 2, we have smaller teams, but I know Chelsea fans and Manchester United fans, sorry, you are not in any of those spots for the UEFA Champions League. You just have to wait. Conference League and then the Europa League, that is where they will be playing there. So the number is on the screen. Just call us on the studio and we will get to hear your voice about the new UEFA Champions League format. Do you like it? What's your take about Europe, UEFA changing the system entirely? Someone said yes, it's because of the Super League that was introduced to them. UEFA had to change their own format, and this time around it's going to be more money. 2.5 billion euros would be spent this season for the new UEFA Champions League. All right, still looking at some stories at home, from the rounds of sports at home. We looked at Samson Siasia as it confirms interest from mighty Jets of Jaws. Let's look at these. We know that we've gotten a new coach. We've gotten a new coach in person of Bruno Labbadia for the Super Eagles, and football enthusiasts out there actually telling Bruno Labbadia, as he's coming to hit the ground running, that he needs to get us the World Cup ticket. That is Bruno Labbadia. To get us the World Cup ticket. We know we've played 4 games in our group and we've lost. We lost 1 and drew 3. To me, the 3 draws that we have in that group, all of them are lost in a way to me, because you just have 3 points out of 12 points that you're supposed to at least take. If we can even have 9 or 6 points from the 12, would have been, but this time around 3 points out of 12, 9 points gone, and the remaining 4 games we are supposed to get the maximum point if we want to make it to the FIFA World Cup that will be happening in 3 countries: US, Mexico, and Canada, which will be hosting the next FIFA World Cup in 2026. So what the football fans are telling Bruno Labbadia, the German tactician who's now the new Super Eagles coach, is to get us the World Cup ticket. And someone, my friend, said it's going to take a miracle for us to actually get that World Cup ticket. We have the likes of Benin Republic, Rwanda, South Africa to contend with in that group. Lesotho, Zimbabwe, we've lost 1 game and we've drew 3. So it's a big task for Bruno Labbadia, but his first task will be on the 7th of September, right there at the Gospel Akpabio International Stadium, when the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations kickstart. That's the qualifiers will start right there with Benin Republic. After Benin Republic game, we'll be going straight to Rwanda, Kigali precisely, to play the Amavubis. We'll be playing the Amavubis right there in Rwanda. So we are expecting your call. Let's hear you. The new UEFA Champions League draw is what it is, and it is what we are actually looking at on the show Sport Update this evening. But we also have some matches that will be coming up this evening. That is in La Liga. Some games were played yesterday. Before we look at today's fixtures, let's just look at the result of games that were played last night in Spanish La Liga. Games were played in Spanish La Liga yesterday, and we have the scores. Athletic Club beating Valencia. That's the 3rd loss for Valencia this season, 1-0. And Real Valladolid played a goalless draw with Leganés, and Atletico Madrid and Espanyol also played a goalless draw. But Real Sociedad suffered a 2-1 defeat in the hands of Deportivo Alaves. Those were the games that were played last night, and games continue tonight in the Spanish La Liga before the FIFA window comes up. We have the games that will be coming up tonight, just 2 of them in La Liga. Runners-up of last season, Girona will be at home to play Osasuna, while Las Palmas welcomes the defending champion Real Madrid. So it's going to be 2 games in the Spanish La Liga. Games continued from yesterday, and we're having just 2 of those games today. We'll be looking at some transfer stories on the show, but before then, let's enjoy the highlight of AS FAR of Morocco against Remo Stars, Nigerian Remo Stars in the CAF Champions League, where we lost that game, and Remo Stars are out of the CAF Champions League as we speak. We have just 2 of them on the continent, that Rangers and Enyimba remaining on the continent. But for Ekanem Warriors of Maduguri and Remo Stars of Ikene in Ogun State are out of the Champions League. Let's just enjoy that first video. That highlight will solve at the beginning of the show, and we will be right back.
ذاهبة في طريقها للزاوية 90، لكن أوباسا بيمناه يتصدى لهذا الكرة. روح من جديد، يلعب كورته أمين، كرة مقوسة، الفرصة الإمكانية خروج خاطئ لحارس المرمى لا زالت متواصلة، لكن حكم اللقاء يتدخل يعلن عن خطأ لصالح حارس لحرمات لأمين زحزوح كرة طولية، فرصة تحضير بهكذا الطريقة، تعود من جديد زحزوح هل يعيدها، يمررها لكارنيرو، يلعبها بشكل قصير، هنا الفرصة تعود من جديد. الاسم اللي اتى لفريق الجيش الملكي من بيترو اتلتيكو الكونغولي، لاعب اللي عنده 28 سنه. تعود الكره من جديد، نذكر انه فريق الجيش الملكي يلعب ب5 اسماء لاول موسم له من رفقه الجيش، هنا تسديده سهله عند حارس المرمى اديبي اوباسا. مره اخرى في وسط الميدان، لاحظوا الان اين تقدم اللاعب كاريرو اغوستو في وسط الميدان. هنا امين زحزوح تلعب الكره، فرصه ممتازه هذا الكره، وتدخل كذلك كان جيد من حارس المرمى اديبي اوباسا. هنا راسيه المهاجم جويل بيا، تعود مره اخرى لاكرم النقاش في وسط الميدان، وانطلاقه من جانب طيب بوخريس، تحول الكره للجهه اليسرى لحمودان يلعب كورته بشكل جيد لكارنيرو والعرضيه، الفرصه والامكانيه، هذا الاول لفريق الجيش الملكي، اتت الحلول عن طريق الكونغولي جويل بيا، يتمكن من وضع الكره في الشباك. بدايه موفقه في الجوله الثانيه، حسن ما فعل، هي هذه اللامركزيه بالنسبه للاظهره، بالنسبه للمدرب البولندي تشيسلاف. لاحظوا هنا كارنيرو بهذه العرضيه بيسراه، والمتابعه كانت جيده من جانب جويل بيا الكونغولي صاحب التجربه مع فريق مازيمبي الكونغولي. بهكذا الطريقه يضع.
Yes, it was quite a pity for Remo Stars how they actually bow out of the CAF Champions League for this year. Like I said, the number is on the screen. The draws for the UEFA Champions League is ongoing, and we also have some transfer stories on the show. But to reach us, that number is on the screen right now. Just let's hear you about the UEFA Champions League draw. The format is different from what you used to see. 36 teams, more competition, and as you are progressing, more money into your bank account, but the competition is very stiff as we speak right now. 36 teams will be playing right there. You can see CR7 alongside Gianluigi Buffon, who are standing at the flank for the draws. Like I mentioned some clubs in Port 1, Port 2, Port 3, and Port 4. So we have 4 ports on that, as you can see on the screen. So we will be having some quite intense competition. The likes of Real Madrid, Manchester City, all of them are in Port 1. Arsenal, they in Port 2. We have Aston Villa in Port 3, and then other clubs, let me not say smaller clubs, in Port 4. The likes of Bayer Leverkusen also is in Port 2 alongside Arsenal. Is quite a good, and we are looking at it. Okay, as the draw progresses, definitely you are going to get the draws on our sporting show. But let's look at some transfer story before we go on the show. We will start from the PSL, that is Premier Soccer League in South Africa. Stanley Nwabali, if you remember, the Super Eagles squad right there at the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations in Cote d'Ivoire. And there was news after the competition that yes, Stanley Nwabali might not stay in South Africa. But the good news from this young man, yes, when the offers didn't come, he actually extended his contract with Chippa United in South Africa. So he will be spending another 3 years extension with Chippa United in the Premier Soccer League of South Africa. Moving ahead, let's go straight to England. Surprisingly, Bournemouth is also doing well in the transfer window as we speak. Chelsea, a goalkeeper that have won the Champions League with Chelsea and Real Madrid, that is Kepa Arrizabalaga, on loan to Bournemouth FC in the English Premier League. And Napoli, yes, they got this wrapped up. Now Conte reunion with Romelu Lukaku in a deal worth £30 million. That is what they bought him from Chelsea. And then the last one on the show this evening before we go is this. It's not a good one at all for this young man when in his playing days. That is Sampdoria sacks Andre Pirlo. We know that Sampdoria were relegated to Serie B last season. Just after two games in charge, he has been shown the exit door. All right, that is where we'll be leaving it. On our morning show, sports show tomorrow, you are going to get the full draws of the UEFA Champions League, and you know where your darling team, all Manchester City, Arsenal fans, you will know the team who will be playing in the league format of the new UEFA Champions League. That is it on the program Sports Update. I am Emmanuel Fashemi. Say thanks for watching.